Alrighty, everyone. Sidebar is back, and with me tonight I have Nubbinator. Nubs, how are you doing today?
I'm getting through one of those weeks.
It does seem a bit like that. We're just coming off winter down here in the southern hemisphere, and it's getting into
Mm,
spring, so I get a bit of dust allergies and grass allergies and stuff. So it's just one of those times of
yeah,
year, I think. If you're not sick, you're getting sick. At
yeah,
least, at
something
least
going
some.
around.
Anyway, we've got a little bit of stuff to cover off. We've just finished week 4 of THL, but let's think back to what happened in week 3, and we can reminisce about those good times when my teams were winning. More so than the week we just had, but yeah, to cover off on week 3, we're going to kick it off with Player of the Week. So yeah, no spoilers this week. We've kept it a secret for a whole week, and I'll get Nubs to read off the first one. We've actually got 2 winners for Legacy this week. Do you
hmm
want to read off the first Legacy winner, and I'll read off the second one?
Yeah, this person has come into her first THL season by storm and has been undefeated so far. She's managed a commanding 3-0 sweep last week and has been extremely helpful in training and lineup decisions for the rest of the team. Glad to have them as the first seed, and they're doing the blind community very proud. So, congrats to Athena for Legacy, and that was submitted by Liv Dara. Yeah.
Yeah, and our second winner for Legacy is LT Calvary. A new player to THL, LT Calvary has found time to practice and play 2 series on top of family work and starting grad school. This week he played his match during a layover at the airport on the way home from a wedding. Not only did he win the match, securing max points for the team this week, when he got home he hopped on ladder and reached legend for the first time. Congratulations on Player of the Weekend for hitting legend, LD Calvary. And that one's from Nomad Farmer. Alright,
Yeah.
next Player of the Week is Hero Series. Do you want to read this one off for us, Nubs?
Yeah. So for Hero, this person was subbing into the first seat, so Turtle, facing an uphill battle, and giving away 157 PR. Turtle did anything but get off to a slow start, dancing around their opponent, like they were an Australian breakdancer. Turtle swept the match 3-0 to help secure his team to victory, being this week's Hero Series Big Game Hunter, and that was submitted by Kira.
Congrats to Turtle, and yeah, great to have you back in Hero Series. Turtle, for those that don't know, long-time player, and Hero is his pet series, so very good at Hero. Our next winner is Player of the Week is Pro Series, and I'll read that one off. If there was ever a need to give an example of a super sub, here you have it: 2 subs, 2 permanent, 4 wins, 2 meta decks. Third week of THL, first week of ever competing in more than one series, subbing in for Hearthstone Queen's first seed, bringing tendrils and not losing a single series is a remarkable display and a showcasing of the different ways one can win Hearthstone games. Never underestimate the power of Linny, Lin, Yogg, and their tendies, and that comes from Chewy. So, yeah, Lin's on 2 teams, Hero and Duos. Subbed in for Legacy and also subbed in for Pro, and managed to win across all 4 series and brought Hunter in each of those series. Maybe not yours. I'll have to check that, but definitely in Legacy, definitely in Hero, and definitely in Pro. When pretty much no one else is bringing Hunter, that's pretty impressive as well.
Yeah.
And our final one is for Wild Series. If you want to read this
All
one off.
right. Yeah, definitely. Coming out of this week with a 3-0 record, Wild's Player of the Week is Lothos. Going into game 5 with Null Rogue, had lost the previous 4 games of the set and was now facing off against Aggro Priest, an intimidating position to be in for any player. But this didn't phase Lothos, who was able to win with a pivotal game 5. This game 5 win won the match for Lothos, and most importantly, was able to secure the week win for Sunburnt Shakers, who needed every last point this week to secure a 1 point differential win. That was submitted by Rocked You. Yeah, congrats, Lothos.
Yeah, Lothos. Very good player. Looks like he hasn't lost again this season, so no surprises there.
Mm.
All right, moving along, we're going to get through the series, and we're going to start with Legacy Series. So our feature match today for Legacy Series was between Hero Power and the standard THL Degenerates. A very high scoring game here, 15 points to 14. In the one seed, Memnarch beat Vegetarium on 3-2. Platino took a 3-2 win over Electric Sheep City. In the 3 seed, Engadagu, I think that's how you pronounce it, Engadagu, took a 3-2 win over Dr. BOMD. In the 4 seed, Epicat took a 3-1 win over Hetata. And in the 5 seed, Kamido took a 3-2 win over Saku. So a lot of game 5s there. 3 of the matches went Hero Power's way, and they managed to pick up the win this week, which was their first win of the season. So congrats to them. Yeah, there's a bit of a variety in the decks that they're bringing too, which is quite interesting. Death Knight's definitely something that's a lot more common across both teams. Did you have anything else you wanted to add there, Nubs?
I'm just looking through. Yeah, the 1 point difference is quite a tight week between both teams. You're seeing the not surprised seeing Death Knight back again and Legacy quite strong currently in standard. But yeah, seems like some tough matchups and yeah, just sort of game changes really.
Indeed. All right. Do you want to read off the standings for both Gold Conference and Red Conference after week 3?
Sure. So in Gold Conference in first place, we've got Justin at 52 points. The Dog ate our team name at 50. McMarron's and Fiddle Fire Festival both at 44. Dad's Legend at 41. Hero Power and Big W Esports both at 40. And Standard THL Degenerate at 33. Over in the Red Conference, we've got I'm Not Your Bouldering Buddy in first place at 61 points. Another Patches Meta in second with 50. The Stubbs at 47 points in third place. Legally Blind at 46. HS Legacy Team at 39. Defice at 37. F2L White at 36. And ET Cthulhu at 26. Yeah, quite a strong amount of points per week from I'm Not Your Bouldering Buddy this season. Quite good to see. But yeah, quite strong teams all around. Quite a lot of variance as well.
Yeah, it's still rather close. The sort of I'm Not Your Bouldering Buddy team is out in front in Red Conference. So they're starting to put a little bit of a gap on the field, but all the other teams are sort of hanging in there. There's still quite a way to go in Legacy this season. So if you're down near the bottom of the ladder, there's still an opportunity to make the top half and get into playoffs.
Yeah, absolutely.
All right, moving along to Hero Series. Our Hero Series match for this week was between yet another Premium Mountain and Department of League Administration. This was a 18-7 point win for yet another Premium Mountain. And in the 1 seed, Chewy took a 3-1 win over Run Mexico. In the 2 seed, F1 took a 3-1 win over Heatshot. World 8 picked up a 3-2 win over Harmless Dog in the 3. Lynn, who we mentioned earlier in the Players of the Week, took a 3-1 win with Hunter and Mage over Zangster. Neverland picked up a 3-0 win over Saku in the 5 seed. A bit of a variety in classes there again, especially with the Hunter and the Mage brings there. Bit more uniform on the other side, although Zangster did bring Hunter as well. So, but yeah, a lot of Shaman in Hero Series seems quite popular, and a lot of Warlock as well.
Yeah.
Did you want to add anything there, Nubs?
Not too much. There seems to be quite a good spread of just points and things in the teal conference and stuff. But yeah, no, good job to the APM team, another premium mountain on the 18 points this week.
All right, would
But
you
yeah,
read off the standings for Teal Conference for after round three?
yeah. After round three, we've got yes, another premium mountain at 41 points in first place. We've got Defice at 39 on second place. We've got ET Charge and Department of League Administration both at 38 points. F12 Black at 34. Alternative Pet Merchants at 33. And Mr. La Vista Baby at 26. Yeah, quite a bit of variance in the points, but only 3 weeks in. I think there's a lot of room for change as well. But yeah, quite strong at the top with 41 points at the moment for another premium mountain. Yeah.
Yeah, they're doing really well. Just with the
Mm.
Hero Series there, you'll know Hero Series has buys this
Mm-hmm.
season with an odd number of teams. So
Yeah.
the if you're looking at points per week, Alternative Pet Merchants are currently sitting second on points per week. Mr. La Vista
Yeah.
are equal with Defias. All three of those teams have had the buy. So yeah, it's pretty tight. Apart from those the two APM teams, all the other five teams are all within a couple of points of each other. So yeah, top four of seven make playoffs, and at the moment, any team can still make it. All right, moving along to Pro Series. In Pro Series, in round three, our match of the week was between Hearthstone Queens and ET Yogg Saron. In the one seed, subbing in is Lynn, as we mentioned earlier. Took a 3-1 win over Darkseed. Jagatari took a 3-1 win over Trudeau 2 in the 2 seed. Platino picked up some points for his team with a 3-1 win over Being Rachel in the 3 seed. In the 4 seed, Alkaline Cat took a 3-1 win over Vermont Gamer. And in the 5 seed, Lucero took a 3-0 win over V. Yeah, this was a close game. Hearthstone Queens pick up their first win of the season with that close result. And yeah, both of these teams are sort of mid-table or just below mid-table, sort of fighting for that 6th spot on the table to make playoffs. There's 13 teams this season, so yeah, top 6. Yeah, and Hearthstone Queen's currently sitting in 7th place, so yeah, not too far away from a playoff spot. Nubs, did you want to read off the standings for Pro Series?
I'd be happy to. Leading Pro Series this season at the moment is F2L on 65 points. Um, Behind is Cheesemongers United at 58. Brushy Tuna in third place with 54 points. A possible miscalculation at 45. Terrible Taurus at 43 points. Staff of 5 Dubs at 40 points. Hearthstone Queens now at 35 points. Opportunistic Pro Players at 34. Washed Up at 31. Imposters at 30. E.T. Yogg Saron at 29. Lethally Blind at 19. And Ada's Litter at 17 points.
Alrighty. Again, with Pro Series, there's buys in there as well. So looking at the points per week, Staff the 5 Dubs are on 20 points per week, so currently a little bit higher. And Imposters is the team that's in the bottom half there that is doing a little bit better than where it looks as though they are on the ladder. But once we get to the end of the season, everyone will have one buy, and it should all sort itself out.
Yeah.
All right, Duo Series is next. And we've got a match to cover. I did promise we would cover a match with short names.
Yes, that is right.
We,
Last week,
we're
difficult,
not
very difficult.
covering the chicken team. We are covering Bop.
Please. Yeah.
And we've got a match between Death Hunters and Bop. And oh look, I'm covering Lynn's match again. Mentioned earlier.
Oh yes.
Must be the theme. Well, you know, when Hunter wins, didn't bring Hunter in duos, but when Hunter wins, you've got to cover it. I think so. Yeah, Death Hunters took a 3-1 win over Bop this week to remain undefeated. That was Bop's first loss of the season. Chewy and Lynn with the win with Rainbow Death Knight, Concierge Druid, and Overhill Priest, with their Insanity Warlock having been banned. And they took the win over Rainbow Death Knight, Excavate Rogue, and Control Warrior. So that was over Molstar and Jade Drake. So no surprise there that the Control Warrior was brought with Molstar. Molstar's very, very good on Control Warrior. But yeah, they did well to get the 3-1 win there with that matchup. And did you have anything you wanted to add about this particular match before we read?
I'm very grateful that Molstar and Jade Drake call their team Bop. I think that's very nice considering some of the other names we have in the series. But yeah, not surprised on the hand paladin, hand buff paladin ban, and the Insanity Warlock ban in this sort of matchup. But yeah, good job on Lynn getting a lot of dubs this week. But yeah.
Yeah, so there's a lot of standings here to cover through. Do you want to read off the Indigo and Bronze standings for me?
Yeah, no worries. So leading Indigo conference at the moment is Death Hunters on 12 points. We've got Bop in second place on 9 points. We've got Pilot Program on 6 points in third place. We've got the Super Duo Bros at 4 points, and the Abusement Park with no points currently. In Bronze Conference, we've got both the Burnouts and Bone Block at 9 points. And we've got Purple and Frosty Duo both at 8 points. And we've got Dos Cabras and 3 points at the bottom end of the Bronze Conference.
And then in Maroon Conference, we've got Staring at Bros Volume 1 at 12, along with Blue Noses. Dog and Bone at 8, Don Henshaw at 7, and Cthulhu on 0. Turquoise Conference is This Is How Chickens Would Wear Pants If Chickens Wore Pants on 12.
Oh my gosh, yeah.
Washed on 8, Super Paradox Brothers on 5, and Hustle and Copa Go to Owl's Island also on 5, Grumpy Cats on 3. So yeah, getting closer towards the halfway mark of the season for duos. There's definitely a couple of conferences there that look quite competitive, with Maroon having 4 teams, between that 12 and 7 points, and Bronze having 4 teams as well, up on 8 and 9 points. So only the top 2 teams from each conference will make it. Hopefully over the next few weeks we might see some gaps opening up, or they could remain close, could come down to the final week. But yeah, time will tell. All right, there's only one series left. Do you know what series that is, Nubs?
Yes, my favorite series, the Wild series.
Okay, we've got Wild series. We've got Wild and Outback. I haven't updated the background for Wild and Outback since the Olympics, but I thought might be able to get breakdancing action on there. Maybe that gets added in at some point. We will see. But yeah, one match to cover off again for Wild series, and last week's match was between the Sunbird Shakers and Staff of the 5 Dubs. So yes, in the 1 seed there, Lorthos, our player of the week, took a 3-2 win over Gumby. Tiger Eye was beaten by Sinferno 3-2. OTZ with a 3-1 win over Sprinkle. Seth with a 3-2 win over Nice Jewish Owl, and Copa in the 5 seed there taking a 3-0 win over Wild 9. So yeah, very close match here, 14-13. Both of these teams are doing quite well this season. When we go over the standings, actually we might go over the standings now. Do you want to read off the standings for Wild Series, Nubs, and we can talk about it a bit more?
Yeah. So currently in first place, we've got Sunburnt Shakers at 59 points. We've got F12 Viridian at close 56 points. Wild THL Fanatics at 54 points. South of the 5 Dubs at 36 points. I Am a Shape at 25 points. Morgan Greases at 18, and ET Nazoth at 12. In the Green Conference, the only conference for Wild this season. But yeah.
Yeah, so much like Heroes Series, there's 7 teams, top 4 make playoffs, and 4 of the teams here, if you look at points per week, are doing quite well. All at 18 points or above there, and there's 3 teams at the bottom doing not as well. Um, if the teams at the bottom there, of which my team's one of those, we've got to start winning, and probably need to win most of the matches and get some big points, because the teams that are at the top, we're not covering all 3 matches here, but I can assure you that the 2 matches that weren't covered were very one-sided, and that's why the teams up the top are picking up a lot of points. So at this stage, it's looking like the top 4 teams here are firmly in those playoff spots, but just up to those bottom 3 teams to see if they can get a bit of a run going on towards the end of the season. And I do like that logo for Sunburn Shakers.
Yeah, it's very, very nice.
Very gangster.
Yes.
All right, last thing to do before we end the show is the checkout question. All right, so this week's checkout question is, what would you like to see in the mini set?
Oh my gosh, the dreaded. I forgot the mini set was coming out.
We just had the
It
we've got the wild
Yeah.
brawler Seum. So
That's right. That's
straight
how
after
it's
that's
yeah.
always the mini set. They drain your account of gold and then hit you up
Absolutely.
for the mini
See,
set.
this is I get so excited to get, just save my gold for packs, then it's like, no, the mini set. Anyway.
Before we jump into, did you get to play the brawler Seum?
I have not.
Did
No,
you
I've
jump
been
in?
away. I've just gotten back recently, but I might jump in tonight actually before I head to sleep. But yeah,
I
might be
managed
might be.
I managed one run. I had enough gold on EU, so rather than spend my NA
Mm.
gold, rather than risking my NA gold, I had enough gold
Mm.
on EU. I got 11 wins, so I didn't get my gold back, but I got a heap of packs. So
Mm.
it was. I thought I'd
Mm.
just leave it there. I could have done another run on NA, and I thought, you know what? I'll probably lose all my gold, and I'll probably end up playing against Maxi or something, and just
Oh no, no. Gotta
and
support our boy
losing. So.
Maxi. Oh
But yeah,
yeah.
so mini set's coming up. What do you think we might see? We've sort of got this tourist
Mm.
holiday kind of expansion. Do you think
I
some of
think sort of.
eh,
I'm going to speak from a wild perspective, I
yeah?
think. Looking at, I think most wild players don't want more things to support various rogue decks,
Hmm.
but I think we're going to get more cards to support rogue decks anyway, because it tends to be what happens with mini sets. But I wouldn't be surprised if we saw some more like spells or um, just, yeah, more things, I think more towards spell damage mage or something. But I think it'll be more, yeah, around that sort of angle of things. Not, I don't really expect to see much druid. I was a little disappointed, I think, with last mini set or the one before. So my hopes are kind of down for druid, but yeah.
I have this idea of what I would like to see as a card that sort of, and if it's the mini set or if it's at some point, but I like my tech cards, and one tech card which is quite dear to me, which hasn't been relevant for a very long time, Skulking Geist. Now, Skulking
Oh
Geist,
my goodness.
destroy
Yeah.
all one cost. Is it cards? Yeah, card spells. I don't know. In both decks, I would like to see that reprinted, but
Yeah.
all cards that cost 3 or less, or something like that, and completely like the big decks. Support the big decks.
Mm.
So I'd like to see a Skulking Geist reprint. All cards that cost 2 or less, maybe a three or less is a bit much, but even if it's just the 1 or less, so you think of all the decks that are running 1 cost things at the moment. It's a lot of cards to be removed. So,
Mm.
but we'll see. I think thematically though, I think we're going to get some kind of event or some kind of group of people that are coming in to destroy people's holidays. So
Mm.
maybe League of Evil. I think last week
Oh, that
I
will
was
be
talk
interesting. Yeah.
discussions. There was discussions last week about League of Evil or what's it called? League of Explorers.
Mm.
So yeah, maybe the League of Evil comes in and destroys everything. That's sort of maybe that's not quite a mini set kind of thing, but I think there will be things coming in to ruin the holiday plans, and definitely interested to see how it goes and what new cards we can get. Hopefully, we can get some cards that's going to shake up the matter, at least in standard. Maybe we'll get a couple of relevant
Mm.
wild cards, but we'll see. But
Fair
yeah.
enough.
Anyway, that's our coverage of week 3 of THL. Week 4 has just finished. For those just tuning in, yes, we know week 4's finished as well, but we're covering week 3 because it happened the week before the week we just had, like a week ago. And it's good to cover stuff that we didn't cover, and then we're going to cover week 4 later. Yeah?
Mm-hmm.
Just trying to confuse everybody at this hour of the morning. America's just waking up, having their cereal, and getting all confused with why we're covering week 3. But it's covered now. Hopefully, we've got some week 4 coverage coming, and hopefully you're watching this, if not live, on the VOD. And yeah, did you have any last comments before we log off for the night?
Um, Not really. Everyone's doing really well in THL, and it's nice to see things pick up momentum and stuff. And I hope everyone enjoys the extra time that'll come with the mini set. But yeah, that's about it.
Yeah, indeed. We usually have the double week, don't we? So yeah, we'll
Yeah.
have a bit of time coming up. I don't have anything else that I can think of at the moment, but I will finish with the normal messages, which is if you want to play on stream, hit up Saku Wild 9. There is a channel in our Discord, stream match requests. If you would like to have your match played on stream, we love to have matches on stream, especially the duos matches where we get to hear the players talking about their matches when they're played. Yeah, hit up those guys, hit up that channel, and we'll get your matches on stream. And yeah, we've got lots of content at the moment with the blog. Should be a new blog coming out soon, and if you missed the Players of the Week earlier, they'll be posted shortly as well. Until then, have a good day or night, and we'll see you another time.